yesterday I was telling you how great Kyrie and Luka were. Only for them to go 13 for 39. You mean to tell me like Luka can't have a great game and Kyrie could still be off, or vice versa? It's possible. It's more than possible. I would say it's probable that they win game 5. So you said Mavs in 6. I like that prediction a lot. Game 6, if Minnesota finds a way the way they did last night to win game 6, you flip a coin in game 7. Now I feel like I'm being repetitive or redundant. You get the point.
No, you're right.
But
you're right.
You flip a coin in game 7. So you're not coming back from if it gets to game 7, the entire conversation about coming back from a 3-0 deficit is out the window. Both teams are playing one game. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what history says. Both teams are playing one game. And sooner or later, somebody is going to win that 7th game. And it certainly helps to have that 7th game at home if you're Minnesota.
I guess ideally, what concerns me about Minnesota, and we'll see if this changes. What concerns me is last night, first half, they really should have blown them out. So I think they'll get to game 6. I think they'll get the blowout in game 5 that they should have had in game 4. Consider game 4 last night. Dallas in the first half shoots like 37% in the first half. Kyrie and he ain't got it in the first half last night. Luka does. I think Luka had like 17 at halftime, but Kyrie just wasn't there. And yet,
bro, 5 minutes into that game, you know what I said? What? 5 minutes into that game, I said Minnesota don't want to go home. Minnesota's playing like they don't want to go home. Everything Anthony Edwards said post game, and Dallas was playing like we are going home. That's how Dallas played.
They're up 12. They're up 12 at one point. I know it's only 12 in the NBA.
Oh, we are at home, I should say.
They're up 12. They're dominating the game. They should be, but they kept turning the ball over. So the score is tied at halftime, even though Dallas was shooting under 40%. Okay, second half. Hey, great plays, as I just mentioned. Ant, near triple-double. Yet, Karl Anthony Towns has to sit down again because he's again in foul trouble. What I'm saying is, I don't know if Minnesota, if Karl Anthony Towns can play this series without fouling. I don't know if Minnesota can play this series and develop overnight the poise. Sometimes, you know what poise comes from? Just like wisdom. People, like the wisest people you know what they have? They've been through some pain. They've been through some life experiences. They've made some mistakes. And now they're the wise ones that we go see. They're the oracles that we sit at their feet and listen to them. But they've been through something, and that's how they got there. I feel like Minnesota is going to have to go through this. They're going to have to take this L before they get that wisdom, before they get that poise that they lack right now. I just don't see it happening. Done in 6. Bye-bye.
Yeah,
we'll see you later. See you next year.
I look at last night and I'm wondering or did they discover it last night? I mean, look, man, you want to talk about everything that could go wrong was going wrong. Karl Anthony Towns was 4 of 32 in the final 2 games versus Denver in the first 3 games of this series.
Ouch.
4 of 32.
Ouch.
4 of 32. So that. Put that in the category everything that could go wrong for Minnesota was going wrong. They were never going to beat Luka and Kyrie with Karl Anthony Towns shooting like that. So if he regressed to the mean, if water found its level, listen, man, I don't think it's far-fetched at all. I think they might have found that confidence, that poise, that experience overnight, last night. They may have already found it overnight and last night.
Okay.
I really see, and the other part of it too is I was saying this about the way Dallas came out. You know how when we do television, if I could dumb it down to our level, if I could bring what they do down to our level.
Bring it down here.
Bring it down here. Taping.
To the mud. Bring it to the mud.
I hate taping anything. I hate taping anything.
You do?
I only like doing live television. I can't stand taping because in the back of my mind, maybe it's just me, in the back of your mind, or my mind. No, I mean, sometimes you just do what you got to do. I know, but we ain't taking 2. We ain't stopping down. I don't know how many times up. We ain't stopping down. We're not stopping.
Right.
I'm treating this like it's live, okay?
It is live.
We are recording this, but I'm treating it exactly, Okay?
Yes.
I do miss the days of being live from 3 to 4 at Peacock because it's like, well, do it live. It's like, yo, you have no choice but to keep going. Okay? There's a different level of urgency and focus with live television. The reason I'm invoking that is because I'm speaking my language, because it's all I can understand. I can't understand being up 3-0 or 3-1 in the NBA conference finals. But there is a subconscious, I believe. This is why they always say the hardest thing to do is close out a team. Even harder than that, which can't be even harder if that's the hardest thing to do, is closing out a team on their home floor. Because it is really hard, especially when the margin for error is so slim and the teams are so close. It is really hard to conjure up and summon the urgency of desperation that comes with facing elimination. And I think you saw that last night at times in that game from the Mavericks' perspective. The urgency was not there. The energy was not there from the opening tip.
That's what Luka said.
That's what they said afterward.
Yep.
That's what they said afterward. Because it's hard when you're up 3-0 to be like, yo, it's a must-win game for us.
Gotta have
How
this.
can it be a must-win game if there isn't? It can't be a must-win game if there is a tomorrow for you. There is no tomorrow for Minnesota.
I got to know.
And I think you will see them play like it. I have to go. We will pick this conversation up at some point. I believe we have a lot more days of talking about these Western Conference Finals.
If you even fix your mouth to say watch,
I got
say
7.
what?
A little clock or something. Yeah, go watch Life. Go watch Life. All right, man.
Life.
Appreciate you, brother. Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Life is life. Life is calling. Life is calling.
I love it. Next time we talk, you know what we're going to have? We're going to have a finals. We're going to have a finals matchup between the Celtics and who? Go ahead, say
whoever wins the last 5 minutes of Game 7.
Come on, man.
Whoever makes shots in the last 5 minutes of Game 7.
Listen, you need to say the Wolves.
I can't call it.
If you think it's going, listen, I'm going to take your pick then. If this thing goes 7, okay.
Mavs in 7. Mavs in 7.
No. If it goes, it ain't going to be Mavs in 7. It better be Mavs in 6. It's got to be Mavs in 6, because if it goes 7, it's going to be the Wolves.
Two things can be true. I can tell you it's going to be a long series and the Wolves have life. But I'm not going against the pick I made to start the series. Why would I do that? They're up 3-1.
Come on, why not?
I'm going with the Mavericks. And here you go.
As situations.
History repeats itself. History repeats itself. Guess who makes a big shot? Kyrie Irving. Makes a big shot in the clutch in Game 7 on the road. There you go. There's your story.
As information changes, therefore your opinion has to change.
So does my opinion. Yes.
Right. I was going to go this road, but the road is closed, so now I got to go in a different direction. Go ahead. If it goes 7, Minnesota in the finals.
Didn't you pick Minnesota anyway?
I think I did.
in the beginning of the series.
I think I did. Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget, you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.